warm-up leg extensions this morning to get started on our leg day. I like to do these just to get blood flow to my quads and get those bad boys filled up with blood a little bit before we start hitting the heavy stuff. And it's seated, so it's easy.
Great way to start the morning.
I love seated exercises.
What time is it, Chris?
It's 5 a.m., 5:02 a.m.
It's the best time of the day. So we warmed up quads and knees this morning with just some lighter controlled leg extensions. We're gonna start leg press today. We're gonna go with a closer foot placement. We might vary the height that we go on the pad. Higher foot placement is gonna pull a little more glute, hamstring, posterior chain in. Lower foot placement is gonna get a little more quad. Chris and I are staying quad focused today, so most likely mid plate or a little lower, but tighter foot placement, really working a lot of the outer sweep. So I have a lot of patellar tendonitis that I deal with, so a really good knee sleeve, more so for me from a heat perspective, keeping heat in the joint, keeping the tendons and all warmed up. It makes a huge difference for how much pain I get during the workout. A lot of people use these from a stability standpoint. Personally, you know, if you have weak knees, I like the knee wraps that you can actually control the tension on. For me, this is more of a preventative of injury, but absolutely critical for me doing any type of quad workout. Otherwise, with the tendonitis and once it gets flared up, if it cools down quickly, then the pain just gets to a point where I can't continue the workout. I want to get some stretch on my calves. So I like to try to incorporate, as I'm working through leg press, some calf stretches and then just a few raises as we go up in weight. Similar to a donkey calf position. You might as well kill two birds with one stone while you're here. And I always need to stretch because I don't stretch enough outside of here.
You want 3 plates or 4 plates?
Whatever, I'm good. Whatever you want to do.
Let's do it.
So Chris is going with a higher foot placement than what I was. I need to work more quad, but you can watch here. There's not any part of the leg, regardless of foot placement, that you're not utilizing. It's just a little bit more controlled focus that you get from a different foot placement. A lot of it's going to be on biomechanics of your body and what feels comfortable. You know, what's going to be a real natural position for me is going to be different for Chris, just because of our bone structure differences. Height. So, you know, there's not a right or a wrong placement. You've got to adjust it based on your specifics and your body type. But you'll notice the tempo that Chris is working. He's got a really controlled, slow eccentric, keeping the muscles tight as he lowers it down, and then a real controlled explosion on the way up. Now, it's not a speed workout where he's blasting it up, trying to shoot it off the track, but it's a very controlled explosion with that really strong negative on the way down. That tempo is really critical. You know, one mistake that I see a lot of people make is they come in and, man, they just crank through it. You miss so much of the work that can be done on the muscles by controlling that tempo and really slowing it down, as opposed to just bumping as many reps as possible in there.
You got those booty shorts on today.
Well, I knew I was training with you, so I had to. I don't have wild colors, but I had some from like teenage years. So
I was gonna ask if those were your daughter's shorts, man.
No comment.
This guy, short shorts all day long. I typically do a warm-up set just to get my joints moving, my movement down correctly, figure out if there's any issues I need to work on that day. But after that warm-up set, usually 3 or 4 sets, So total of 4 or 5 max. Obviously rep range is going to change per exercise, per day, per week, depending on your progress goals. But typically I'm working at about 10 to 15 reps for everything right now. But again, that could change. If it's going to be a power week, it'll be 6 to 8 or 15 to 20 based on the muscle group. So right now legs is twice a week. I want to get to the point where I'm back to combining my glute, hamstring, and my quad workouts into the same workout. But as of right now, they're split separately so I can focus on my deficiencies in each of those areas. I was doing just a general leg workout, but I wasn't able to focus on them.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the same for you or not, but
Same. You had so many things to try to cram into one workout.
yeah, you get exhausted.
Whatever you hit your first couple sets, you did great on, and then it was just kind of half-assed on everything.
Diminishing return exercise.
Diminishing return. Yeah. Yeah, your body heats up, your muscles get tired. You want 6?
Yeah, let's do 6.
Let's do it.
I do want to get back to the general legs, but I kind of enjoy the splitting them up.
I get so much more efficient workouts splitting them. Makes a huge difference.
Yeah, I have several clients on split leg workout days. They enjoy it. It's not like overwhelming to have this 3-hour workout.
Exactly. You can do everything that you need to in a reasonable time frame, and you're not completely shot for the rest of the day. You come in, or week. You come in, and if you legitimately take your time and blast everything hard and heavy, you're wiped out for days.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And it's leg day the next time, and you're still feeling awful.
Yeah.
So.
And that impacts every other workout that you're doing in between.
Yep.
So.
Last one.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Cool. What are we doing next? You want to do some Bulgarian split squats?
We can do that.
Dumbbell.
I was thinking safety squat bar.
That's fine. Damn. That's fine. Whatever works.
The safety squat bar is so much more comfortable
And painful.
Get in, balance. I'm not doing this with dumbbells. I will say one thing that taking a slower pace does is it really builds the mind-muscle connection. Like Chris, you were saying, watching somebody on bench or incline where they're just repping through it fast, bouncing it off their chest.
Yep.
There's so much lack of muscle control and flex. When you slow it down, you have to be firing the muscles that you're working.
Oh yeah.
There's not another way of controlling it and then driving it back up. So there's just so much to be had from controlling your tempo. And it doesn't have to necessarily be super slow. I mean, you can do a 3 count down, and that's still enough control that you're going to find out real quick if you have the mind-muscle connection in the muscles that you're supposed to be training, or if you're using a secondary group to overcome and, because of a deficiency somewhere. So.
And time under tension.
Time under tension.
You've increased that tenfold by slowing down your reps. So
yeah.
I've seen people just hold reps. They just sit with it at the bottom, middle, top.
Yeah. That was something that Mike and all the guys that train with him, they do. If there's ever an injury in a range of motion or something, you can always still do that lift and just work through the range of motion that doesn't, it isn't impacted by the injury. Go lighter, but slow it down, control it, take it to the point that you start noticing some discomfort, stop and control and hold it there, and then work through the range of motion that doesn't bother you.
Yeah.
There's ways of training around injuries so that it doesn't just an injury doesn't completely shut you down.
Yeah.
And I won't even say injury, I'll say boo-boo, like just a little boo-boo. Something's hurting and not feeling right.
Tweak of some sort.
Tweak.
Is that the technical term, tweak?
You get older and you twist wrong getting out of bed, and something tweaks in your back, you still come and work out, you just adjust.
So with the safety bar split squat / lunge, we use a safety bar because the weight pushes you forward, targets your quads a little bit better than just a normal barbell would. This makes it much more challenging for the lunges. But challenges always bring progress. Thanks, Travis. Are you stepping backwards or forwards to do these?
I go with my toes off of that line.
Oh, you start here?
And then I step back
Okay.
into wherever I need to be. So one difference between how my set was versus Chris's. Chris is stepping forward on every set, coming back to his neutral starting position. So it requires a lot more balance, stability.
Oh, is that why this is so hard? Dang, how do I do these normally?
I leave my back foot back, and that way I keep constant tension on the muscle. Oh. It's a shorter range of motion, but you never get a relaxed point. You're always loaded.
That's why this is awful, huh? Oh my God.
Oh, look at that. Thank you. Neither way is right or wrong. Just different variations of how to do the same lift.
Mine didn't feel right. Are we supersetting with?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Single leg hip thrusts. This forces you to do this movement correctly, because I see so many people do barbell hip thrusts poorly, bad form, not holding at the top, not holding at the bottom. And these single legs make sure that each side of your body is doing the equal amount of work for these. And they're miserable, so. Have you done these before?
Yes, when I was about 18.
Well, they haven't gotten easier.
I said, that was awesome. I don't need to do these ever again.
So I keep one leg out straight the whole time and just line up my foot wherever it feels comfortable. And weight kind of sits in my hip pocket. And all I'm doing is legs stay straight, hip up.
Contracting that glute.
Yep, then back down. These are miserable, especially the hold at the top. You want to try to get a second hold at the top,
1001.
Second hold at the bottom. Switcherooski. Oh my God.
I can't wait. My turn.
Yeah, these are super fun. I've had so many people ask about my glutes, and they're like, besides candy, what's the secret? I was like, this is it. Reese's eggs and hip thrusts. Try to keep that heel flat on this leg. Yeah.
I feel like I'm too much underneath me.
There you go. So Mark, I don't know what these are called. You'll have to ask Kirk. He's our resident physical therapist at the gym. I call them walking glute bridges. They're very miserable. They target your hamstrings and glutes really well. It's a great finishing exercise because once you're done, you don't want to do anything else pretty much. So start with your feet out, back up, and you just walk out slowly. And then you baby step back up. And you do this 6 times. So your back's off.
Yeah. Just on your shoulder blades.
And you're walking with your heels only.
Okay. Why do I have a feeling that I'm going to hate these?
It's just bad, like right here. It's even harder to get up.
Yeah. You're gonna be helping me up. What are you talking about?
So start with your heels all the way to your butt.
Oh my gosh.
And then baby walk all the way to where you're stretched out straight.
I think my first step's gonna spring out there.
That's what mine did.
Oh, dear Lord.
Hey, you got one. You're doing great.
Didn't realize how shot my hamstrings were.
This is a finisher to tell you. Get it straight, get it straight.
I'm gonna end up on the floor
You already there?
with straight legs.
True suffering. All right, come all the way back up to your butt.
I can't go any farther.
One more straight, and you're done. Get your legs all the way straight.
Keeping your boots off the floor.
I'm glad they don't ask me to do that on stage.
You'd blow the competition away if you could.
If I could, spend the next year working on that.
That's right. You just touched my butt.
I did, seeing how close to the ground you were getting.
I don't touch, don't worry. You can check it if you want.
Looky there, not touching. It's like a magic trick.
It's all on my shoulders.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I need a thicker back and shoulders. Give me more distance.
Hope you enjoy our workout, and we'll see you on that next video.